was actually started a few minutes ago due to technical difficulty. It came to an abrupt end and I've had to restart it. If this is your first time stopping by, thank you for doing so. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like my videos. Don't forget to give consideration to hitting the bell button, the subscribe button. Okay, when you hit the bell button, select the all option, and that would get you notified when I'm on a live stream like this, or if it's a pre-recorded content. Okay, right. So welcome to story time. If you want to send me your stories, look in the description below to foodchannel1960@gmail.com. What's up, people? What's up? What's up? What's up? If you were watching me earlier, apologies for the technical glitch. I've had to delete that video and restart the live stream. Sorry about that. Purple Hibiscus, good to have you back. What's up, fam? I'm good. Sorry about that. Just internet palaver, man. So, if this is your first time, like I was saying, please give consideration to subscribing and hitting the bell button. Let me see, what's that? I sent you a message about is it Adron Home, but you didn't reply, Sonia. Sonia, do me a favor, man. Just go into your sent folder and forward that email to me. I'll look into it tonight, all right? Your lighting is poor. Frank De Niro, man. So what if my lighting is poor? What do you want? You want a floodlight? Now that one you find, come here. Auntie Bear. You're looking at all this melanin. You're complaining. Right. So, before we crack on, this episode is sponsored by Adron Homes. All right. So, Adron Homes Adron Homes and Properties is a Nigerian-based real estate company. So I have a partnership with them. And before now, so many people watching my channel have jumped on the offers and they benefited tremendously from it. Okay. So if you're particularly diasporans and you're looking to own properties in Nigeria, jump on real estate, you have the option of buying your lands with Adron Homes and Properties outrightly. And if you don't have the ability to do so right now, you can, for as minimum of 50,000 naira, you can spread your payments over 2 years, over 12 months, and over the period of 6 months. Okay, they have lands across Abuja, Ibejuleki, Lagos, Ijebu, Shimawa, Ibadan, and on like that. Fantastic estates. Now you have one of two options. Rather than have your money collecting dust in the bank in the West, whereby you get nothing for your hard-earned money, you can buy these parcels of land, one at the bare minimum, 2, 3, 4, whatever you can afford, investment purposes, right? Or you can buy it if you're contemplating on moving back or having a built home in the motherland. You can always buy it and build, develop your property when you are ready. So that's that. If you're interested, just send me an email to foodchannel1960@gmail.com. Look in the description of this video. If you're watching this as a playback, you see my email address. Just say, hi, Phrankleen, I'm interested in Adron Homes. Please send me the application pack. Now, what role do I play? I am your agent, right? But the amazing thing about this is you're not paying a dime to Phrankleen. If you decide to own a parcel of land or more, you'll be paying directly into the business account of Adron Homes. Mine is to liaise with the processing department, chase up your paperwork, and ensure that everything falls into place for you. Does that make sense? If you have questions, feel free to bombard my inbox with your questions. If you've emailed me in the past few days asking for an application pack, I am not going to bed early tonight. I will be responding to every single one of you. Apologies for keeping you waiting, but I will definitely send you an application pack. So that's that. Foodchannel1960@gmail.com. Look in the description below. Let's crack on with today's story. So I was talking about this earlier on. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, the stream came to an abrupt end. I apologize for that. So let's restart this one. So this gentleman sent me an email, said he left Nigeria with his wife and two lovely children back in 2019. He started off the email with, oh, it was the wife's idea. She mounted pressure on him that they should leave their jobs and all they had going for them in Nigeria, all right? And well, basically, the guy said he was earning very close to 2 million naira a month, which wasn't exactly bad. And with some extra benefits on a monthly basis. He said the wife was earning just short of 1 million naira a month. So if you combine the household income, it's not exactly bad. Now, as I said, wife said, let's move over. And it's also stated in the email that the wife basically used the children as excuse. Let's move over because of the children, future of the children, yada, 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 bloody, bloody, blah. So eventually the brother caved in and said, okay, let's go. Now, he said he carried a bulk of the expenditure, as being his family, as a family man. He didn't mind. They got rid of everything. They emptied their savings so that they can meet the Canadian immigration requirements for PR. They got lucky. They got into Canada, right? And with their two children. Now, he said, as I was saying earlier before we got cut off, he said the wife started misbehaving. Now, like I said earlier, I'm going to repeat. When people say my partner was misbehaving, and that for me, that bit felt a bit vague, but he asserted by saying, in the province where they were living in Canada, wife had a few friends, has a few friends who were already living in Canada. There's about roughly 4 or 5 of them. And so anytime they have like a friction or misunderstanding, she would quickly take those matters. And he said these so-called friends, the bulk of them had never spoken to him before when they were living in Nigeria. So now that they were living in Canada, as soon as they had misunderstanding, they would start sending him WhatsApp messages when they come around. They were overly bold and say, you are in Canada now, blah, blah, like you got third parties all up in your face and saying, oh, my friend reported you type thing. And they were projecting themselves as they were looking out for her. Now, before we got cut off earlier, some of you had made very important points that maybe there was evidences of domestic violence. I don't know. He didn't admit to such. There is a possibility it could be. But the guy said, basically, any little misunderstanding within the confines of the relationship, it got to a point whereby the third party is a group of friends. I forgot earlier. So he said he later realized that the wife was part of a WhatsApp group that her friends, were also part of, and every little thing that happened between them, she would throw it to the friends, and it was like those bunch of people were running their home. They couldn't operate on the same page. Now, fast forward to the first quarter of 2021, they had a pandemic baby. 2020, everyone was pretty much indoors. So I suspect they've been busy smashing. It's not unusual. So they had a lovely, healthy pandemic baby in the first quarter of 2021, which made it a third child. Now, there was a particular, so there was a fateful night where they had a bust up, they had a massive argument and things went into overdrive. So he said it got to the point where he abandoned the argument that was ongoing. So he stormed off upstairs, right? He said the house, they had living room downstairs and all the bedrooms were upstairs. So he said he went upstairs to the bedrooms and smashed the door. But he said about 20 or 30 minutes later, he saw the police, the lights from the police car, reflecting through the bedroom window. So he jumped up to look through the bedroom window and he found a swarm of police officers, a lot of females involved and all that, and they were banging heavily on the door downstairs. So he was shocked, like, what the hell? So anyway, the long and short was the wife let them in and she must have pointed that he's upstairs. So this guy said before he could come out of the bedroom to go downstairs, they ran up the stairs and they literally grabbed him, dragged him downstairs. He was taken to the back garden and questioning started. And he was like, they said he would have to leave that house that night because they were particularly worried about his actions that were affecting the children. So he said the only thing he could do was he shouted, he protested. You know, there was a lot of animation going on, like, what? I have never done anything to harm my children, blah, 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 blah. But according to the email, the guy said everything he was trying to say to the police was landing on deaf ears. They carted him away. He said he was in shorts and house slippers. They slammed him in the back of the police car. He ended up in the cell. And the next morning, he was in court in front of a judge. So he got an injunction against him, asked not to move 200 meters, close to the house and all that stuff. So the guy said, Phrankleen, at the time of sending this email, I am now living in a hostel. I'm broke. I've lost all of my money. And I've got nobody to help me. And I don't know what to do. He said the earliest hearing date is sometime in is it October or November before he gets the chance to stand before a judge. In that time, he's left wandering the streets of Canada, and everything's gone downhill for him, according to the email. Now, the brother said, and also all the friends, and then again, some of the wife's family back home, involvement of a lot of people have exacerbated. Everyone is condemning him. Now, he claimed in one of the paragraphs, as I read through the lengthy email, and he said, I've had situations where I'm just arguing, we're up in each other's faces, and she would say, this is Canada, and this and this and this, I will show you, blah, 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 this is a woman's country. He said he didn't pay attention to all of those languages, and he would reply in Yoruba like, like, oh, you're in Canada now, and you're starting to misbehave with all of these friends, intruding in our marriage and all that stuff. So eventually, she got thrown out. He's lost everything. He's in a hostel. He's living hand to mouth. He's not even allowed to see his children. And he also suggested that before they served the injunction, he highlighted procedural irregularities, blatant lies and inconsistencies by the police, falsified witness statements, or the police accounts, people that don't even know them, writing in a third person or something and pretending like they had known his wife or they had a history whereby it's a lie. And he said there was 7 witness statements from the police officers, 5 of which were female, 2 were male police officers, according to the email. Now, I don't know how things panned out. So what I was saying earlier before we got cut off was there are situations where it could possibly be that the woman is genuinely a victim of DV, domestic violence. And also, there is also a case of women who live in the West who aid the Western system to usher black men behind bars to destroy the lives of black men. So I don't know which is which. So I'm just going to talk about it objectively. And the moral of the story, never surrender your destiny to your wife. A wife that leads a man is only confirmation that you are a conquered man. Oh, wow. So I'm sorry some African men come here and make threats. The judge issued a restraining order. Something happened. He is no victim. Now, let me also say to you, man, let me be very honest. I'm trying to be objective here. I'm not taking sides. I don't know these persons. Like I said earlier, there is a high possibility that the woman in question might have been a domestic violence victim. If that's the case, then whatever comes, whatever karma serves these brother, so be it, tough. But I'm also adamant about the position that let's not be one-sided in how we see this. There are loads of women in the West that trigger the Western system to destroy the lives of men. On Shelagon, it happens a lot. Do you understand? There is a saying that I personally believe in, and I'll say this. Having power is not the problem. The misuse of power or the dissemination of power is where problems do emanate from. What do I mean? If you go into a courtroom and you are standing in front of a judge, even if a child would know that a judge, by the position, by the virtue of the job, the role that they occupy, they have a lot of power that comes with that position, right? And that means a judge has the power to rule against you or rule in your favor, or in fact, send you to prison for a very long time, take your properties, come down with heavy judgment, right? Now, by default settings, when judges sign up, they are meant to use those powers carefully in full alignment with utmost professionalism and legal prowess, and make sure that when they do drop their judgment, it doesn't reek of bias. They're not, how do I say, they're not erring in law, and they're not abusing their powers, all right? So this is what I'm trying to say to you, that please, let's not make that blanket statement, oh yeah, there must be blah, blah, blah for the judge to have said this. There are so many. Now, if you're dealing with the state, somebody might learn one or two things here. Let me tell you, man, there is endless cycle of corruption in the justice system. It could be in Africa, it could be in the UK, it could be in the US. The systems are always rotten. And especially when you're not represented and you're up against arms of the government, like police officers, writing witness statements. All you have to do if you live in the UK, go and Google the yearly, monthly updated reports of police officers that have been sent to prison for abusing their powers, for misuse of personal data, for fraudulently, misusing their powers, police officers, computer record frauds, and the list goes on. Racist police officers that can generate powerful documents against you to absolutely destroy you. Be you a black man, be you a black woman, be you a white woman sometimes, or even a white man. I'm telling you right now. The reason I'm emphasizing on that is I don't want people to, if you have the perception that if you go into the justice system, oh yeah, the judge definitely must have seen something. Yes, possibly. But the way I think is, don't be quick to say that. Thank you. They can charge you without trial. There are landmark cases in the UK, for example, where there are kangaroo hearings, trial by ambush, where your fundamental human rights will blatantly get trampled upon. If you don't get publicity or get the legal help or people to fight your corner, they will bang you up within the two shakes of a dog's tail. In a rotten system where there is imminent racism and discrimination, if you fall into the hands of police officers who are already neck deep in bias, who have a stereotypically generated perception of you as a black man and stuff, you might be unlucky. I am not suggesting that this is most definitely the situation for this brother. There is a possibility. All right? There is a possibility. Some of you have never been through the justice system. From a distance, you assume that everything is perfect. No, it's not. They are rotten judges. You understand me? Because the prison system is actually multi-billion pounds, dollars, global business. So it works in their favor if they snatch children, if they break the unit of a family and snatch your children, bang the guy in jail, and it's somebody said, how can you be found guilty without trial? It happens all the time. How can you be found guilty without trial? Let me respond to that statement. If you don't have money, you are self-represented, you find yourself in the hands of corrupt public officials, you can end up behind bars without being accorded a due process. Due process denial frauds. It happens 24/7. There are rotten judges out there that can conspire with prosecutors, and they might have received a filthy brown envelope, and they might make judgment against you and just fling you. The moment they size you up, you haven't got money, you haven't got any proper lawyer fighting your corner, they will cut you off, man. Instead of them having a full trial with a jury to examine the evidences, they cut you off. They make decisions. It happens all the time. Now, I repeat, that's not to suggest that, oh, that might have been the case for this gentleman, okay? So I'm saying it could possibly be, if we unpack it, that he beat the crap out of his wife, and here we go, he now has to deal with the repercussion. Having said that, there are so many women in the West that abuse the system, black women I'm talking about, that aid the system that's designed not for us but to work against us. They aid the system to fling black men to the prison. You think the system likes you? No, they don't. If you have a bunch of children, if the local authorities snatch your children, you should understand that from the moment they take your children and they give it to a foster care home, right? Money is already exchanging hands, right? Thousands of dollars, thousands of pounds will be made off your children. And if they eventually force your children into care, right? That's it, done forever. Some of those children could even be subjected to child trafficking, and you may never see them again. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. But back to this brother's story, he was banging on about he's in a hostel and all that. Yeah, I know. Some people just, what's going on, Wadi Maya? Yay, I am Maya, my G. Thank you for stopping by, brother. So some people just want Phrankleen to say exactly what they want to hear. The minute he explores multiple possibilities, people want to start gender wars. I don't do gender wars here, man. Do you understand me? So, you see, let me say something to you. I'm trying to unpack this, and I'm going to come at this story as objectively as possible, yeah? Look, man, I've been saying this, and I'm going to carry on saying it. Thank you, Dominic. You see, if you're a man, you're listening to me, right? If the universe is on your side, whatever it is that's giving you your daily bread in the motherland, in Africa, and you are making 1 point something, 2 million naira a month, you have a couple of parcels of land, you're already doing well. You have good income. This is not an attack on women. Yes, there are women out there, once they want something, they latch onto it, okay? Let's go abroad. Let's go abroad. Let's go to the West. Let's go because of the children, because of their future. Look, let me tell you, man, for free. If you are quick to throw away your savings, your healthy source of income in the motherland, right? Be prepared to absolutely face the cultural shock and the disappointment that will hit you in the face when you get to the West. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you right now. I have read the stories of so many men that they sold their lands. There was a story of a guy, he sold about 4 acres of land so they could move to Canada. He got rid of his car, he got rid of his good, 2 small businesses because they wanted to move to Canada. They got to Canada, he used all his money to get accommodation for the family. He sponsored the whole process for himself, wife, and 2 children. He got to Canada in less than 12 months. Mysteriously, the wife ended in bed with some random Canadian-based man who is into so-called entertainment that brings African celebrities to Canada, right? And when this man tried to fight back angrily, understandably so, everything that he had left on him was absolutely taken off him. He's ended up on the streets of Canada, frustrated with criminal record, absolutely destroyed. Again, I'm just saying, particularly to those people that you travel blindly. Because I'm telling you, man, people are suffering. Sometimes when people get to the West and everything goes bananas, the we don't know. Somebody said assault is still assault. We're not justifying assault. You didn't hear me say that. There is no evidence that he did. I said it earlier objectively. He may have, but I don't know. Like I said if he genuinely, there's evidence that he assaulted her and that's why he triggered the process, then so be it. I'm sorry, I'm a woman, but I think the woman is a bit insensitive. The problem is, there are some of these people, depending on who they are. These reasons are multifaceted. I'm just talking about how they play out. Some people have a degree of illiteracy. They've never been exposed. Traveling abroad for some people, they can't mentally cope. Everything looks like they've arrived at the pearl gates of heaven. And they think this is it for them. And they start to misbehave. Sometimes it's the type of friends that you keep, the people that you hang out with. I'm telling you, man. So the fact that we are now in the UK, oh, this is the US, I can do whatever, they will misbehave. I'm telling you, man, I'm not here to please anybody, and I'm not interested in gender wars, but I'm telling you facts of life. It happens a lot, man. Many are not thriving in the West. No, you're right. And the system in the West, look, if you trigger the process to break the structure of your family so they can take your children, the Western system will 100% jump on the wagon and destroy the structure of your family. Oh, you are quick to call the police on your partner. There are some women, like I said, there are women that will lie. They use domestic. I've heard stories of persons that even try to make oh, my husband raped me and all that. And the police and the Crown Prosecution Services uncovered the lies and ended up going, sending the woman behind bars for lying and attempting to destroy the man's life. It happens a lot. But of course, if you're a man, if you beat the crap out of your woman, don't be surprised if the law comes down heavily on you. You're going to have to live with the consequence. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. So, and there are people, and a lot of all these, suddenly you have a relationship, you have a partner, you have all these, you said those cases are few. Majority of women call when they are in actual danger. That's a lie. I disagree with you. What data set are you working with to know that those cases are few? You're saying few because you're desperately biased. You so want your narrative to be sold. You realize that I'm talking objectively. Stop saying those cases are few. Even if we have few cases, are you saying it's justifiable for those men who are victims of your so-called few cases to be subjected to life-shattering malicious treatment? So let's not try to play things down. Oh, those cases are few. You see, let's talk objectively. When you're trying to say, oh, I met a lady who became homeless in Canada after marrying a man from Ghana. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Wadimaya. That's another angle. That's another type of story. Things happen. There are men who use women, who would destroy them and take their resources. There are also women, it's not gender specific. Thank you for saying that, Wadimaya. So, I don't like the idea when people say, oh, yeah, the number of men that blah, 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 that's small. No. We can't be clamoring for justice and fairness and be subjecting a particular group to ongoing violation, because we think it's a small number. Nobody deserves to be treated like that. Let me tell you something very quickly. Like on the issue of domestic violence, like a lot of people in the society, I'll tell you something quickly. In our society, if a woman slaps a man, whatever the case may be, pow! If a woman slaps a man, yeah? The society is conditioned to say, yeah, leave it, man, because she's a woman. Basically, there is this very, very bad mindset about, just because I'm a man, You should be able to take it. Take those slaps. If she takes a blender and smashes it on my head, leave her alone. Right? If you charge at another human being and you bombard them with violence, right? Please don't turn around and tell me that you're a woman. I think it's a nonsensical argument. Okay? Because the moment you strike the opposite sex, bang, what you've instantaneously done is you have triggered a process of retaliation. So you smash a glass cup on your man's head, you smash a laptop in his face, you slapped him, and then you act surprised that the man presents you with a thunder roaring dirty slap in response. Now, am I sat here trying to justify violence? No. So my simple response to that is, to both parties, keep your hands to yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying? There are women out there, you can see them with small statures, very small hands. Oh, she's a woman. Oh, she's a woman. Oh, she can't even hurt a fly. They are monsters. If you're careless and she catches you off guard, she can smash a brick on your head. There are women like that with temperament issues. They're very evil. And then when it comes to facing the authorities, they pull out the female card. You might just be unlucky. You're a big guy. The society will assume that you are the one who has used your physical, your size and your muscles unjustly against her. And it could be a lie. We see this all the time. So all of these, oh no. If she smashes something on your head, oh no. She's a woman. It makes me angry. There's no rule in law that justify a woman to smash a man. There are some men, pow, you slap them, pow, and they might just be like, it's okay. There are some men, you lift your hand, pow, they will grab you, pow. And then the society will say, he's subjecting her to domestic violence, regardless of the slap. She's a woman. The slap wouldn't have, she's only a glass cup. Did he die? Are you joking? Keep your hand to yourself. If you're a woman, if you're a man, keep your hand to yourself. It's as simple as that. Some women want to justify the fact that, I'm going to slap your face and I want to get away with it. No. Don't trigger violence if you know that you can't handle the repercussion. It's the same thing, even me as a dude, as a guy. If I go towards someone and maybe I lost my temper and then I punch them in the face, boom. If the person turns around and overpowers me and beats the crap out of me, why should I be surprised? I triggered the retaliation or retaliatory process. A lot of men in this thread are bitter because they cannot hit women and get away with it. Welcome to the West. The law actually works here. How do you know a lot of men are triggered? Liwande, what do you mean a lot of men? What men are you referring to? There might be some men, but what evidence do you have on this thread that a lot of men are triggered? Why did he even go to Canada without research? Thank you, Dominic. People do it all the time. Look at the comments, Phrankleen. With my YX, DV accusations only came up after I asked her we separate. Yes, thank you, Dennis. Dennis, some women do that. If the man dares to bring the relationship to an end, they will come up with lies. One man just said he wouldn't bring his wife because of this video. The women are most always presumed to be the victims in most violent situations, unless evidence provided otherwise. Thank you, Beverly. That's coming from a woman. That's exactly my point. Again, it's the societal mental conditioning, right? Even if you go into the police station as a guy, a big guy, a reasonably sized guy, and you're trying to tell police officers that I'm subjected to violence, if you don't even have evidence, like some of them will just look at you like, right, okay, we'll speak to her. What's your home address? They would assume that, yeah, right, what kind of dude is this, man? This guy is reporting his wife, and that guy is actually a victim. They would even look at you like an idiot. That's why a lot of men are being forced to internalize abuse. So I'm coming with my wife, but already have a psych of LAT. Domestic violence against women or men is not justified. Most of the victims of DV are women, but I have seen more heartbreaking cases where men have been killed and assaulted by women. Yeah. You see, in Canada here, the men are at the bottom of the chain. Even with evidence, you are still dealt with. Thank you. I'm telling you, man. I am telling you. There was a while back. I think about a year or so ago, I read a story. This was in the States where a woman was exchanging words with a man. She was saying all sorts of nasty stuff to trigger him, right? The man sat there. What she didn't know was he had his mobile phone carefully laid next to a flower vase and he was recording. He was very calm. She took her shoe with very high heels, smashed it on his head, flung trainers at him, flung flower vase, all sorts, punched him. The man was just defending himself and blocking further abuses. He didn't retaliate, but he had it on video. She didn't know he was recording. Guess what? The woman further made a call, scratched herself. It was on video. Scratched herself, scratched, took a blouse off, scratched, clawed her own skin, lied to the emergency police line that she was being violated by her husband. She desperately was vindictive, wanted to destroy him. When the police came, of course they took the brother away. He provided the footage. He didn't corroborate with the woman's account, and they realized that she was blatantly the instigator. She got locked up. She lost full custody of the children. Now, the beautiful thing is the brother had evidence, right? How many people in the heat of a moment are even able to gather evidence? Do you know what's funny? The exact same scenario, if that brother had no video recording and the police bombarded the address, they will flesh the man out 9 out of 10 times. They will take him away or make him pick a few things and kick him out. I'm telling you right now. I am telling you right now. Not living with my wife, I have a successfully haulage business here in Nigeria. Don't need stress. It's on YouTube. The woman was hurting herself. Oh, how some African women have suffered in the hands of some men. But the real truth is the African community expect the woman to stay quiet. Stella, look, man, that happens. And I've actually talked about that before on this channel. All right. That's one of the toxic culture that's enabled by religiosity and all these stupid family beliefs and structure that subject women to ill treatment. I agree with you, but I am trying to be objective. This is not going to be offered to you as, oh, women. No. Domestic violence is not gender specific. I had the same issue with an ex-girl, Modbot. Thank you for the super chat. Ex-girlfriend. She made my life hell and was abusive. I had to smarten up and get rid of the smart way. Chestnut checkers. There you go. Abuse is abuse. It doesn't matter from who it's coming from. But we have social bias conditioning that tends to favor women. Yep. If a woman is hitting his wife, that's not a black family. The woman can leave if she has suffered. Of course, the woman can leave. So in the case of this brother, like we're saying, and I agree, I don't know, he might have left things out. The problem with some people on this timeline, and I get that a lot, but me, I'm not bothered, is there are some women, they are pig-headed when it comes to these matters. They always want to establish the narrative as though when it comes to DV, it only affects women. If you're talking like that, I think you need to check yourself, man. That's misandry right there. That's bias. You notice when I talk objectively. There's some women, and I'm sorry, no disrespect. You don't even look at it, right? That's why some of you might even have problems. When you're talking, they want to hijack the narrative and twist it, and say, "Oh yeah, it must be. Oh yeah, it's the man. Oh yeah, it's the man." That's a lie, man. I said it earlier before the line cut off. There was a story of a guy, a man that I personally knew that story a few years ago, where the man came home from work. This happened in the States. He found another man pounding his woman to dust right on their matrimonial bed. King Solid Abinibi, oh, wale ka ọkùnrin tó ń la ìyàwó ẹ̀ lẹ́pọ̀n burúkú pàpọ̀. Are you buzzing? Of course, the brother lost his cool. Coming into his bedroom, seeing another man's butt cheeks and balls dangling from behind, tearing through his woman's legs. Don't kobo yawe gidi bi enipon la gimbe lórí bed. These are evil women, man. I mean, you're going to have an affair. You couldn't even go and have it behind in an alleyway or in the man's house or somewhere else. You brought the man in your matrimonial bed. So the man came into the bedroom. He lost his cool. It was like World War III in that bedroom. Furniture be flying. I can imagine, hands flying, knuckles flying. The brother, went for the brother. Keshebo with a lepon. Tore through the guy's black behind. Of course, in the process of dishing out, his clenched fist, he must have blow. I'm not justifying violence, but understandably so. One lie lori matrimonial bed. But guess what she did? Did she show remorse? No. She instantaneously triggered the American system against the man. The police came, they bombarded him, took him out. They went to court. She took every goddamn thing from him. On top of that, child support on 2 children. Absolutely ran the man to the ground. So some of you would hear that. Yeah, I'm not saying the woman didn't tender a sugar war, but the thing is, that situation is usually very small. Yeah, the man shouldn't. You gotta be barking mad. So what I find infuriating is those women. You will see the truth. You are so devious. I think it exposes who you are. You want to sit there and justify. You bring a man home. One lie, lori matrimonial bed, God damn. And then what do? You trigger the American justice system against him. You take him to the cleaners. You steal everything. Come on, bro. Why do you think men have not tried changing these obscene laws favoring women? Never understood this. How some men that collaborate with their wives to claim single mothers to gain Any man that goes to another man's house to commit such is asking for a cool Gigi. You get what I'm saying, man? I'm going to bring you some of these women. They've got some crazy amount of confidence. Why just share boy and lori couch or said Tico you're just saying go that boy. Toba for what point go. That's what they do. Some of these women are so vindictive. She has planned it in a tiny little fish brain. She will intentionally bring home a man, bust the legs wide open, so that she knows the guy is coming on at 6:30. Watching on the couch. Come on, bro. And then you act surprised that the guy gets animated and starts to dish out, some punches. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Have you seen some of these women who are neck deep in misandry? They will justify till their death misandry against men. They are so madly toxic. What are you banging on about, man? Don't get me started. The men need to understand how the system works and try their best to exercise control in. It's a lie. Let me tell you, bro. It's one thing to understand a system. It's another thing for a system to be institutionally set up to work against you. A system that's already deeply rooted in bias. You don't understand, man. Why do you think some black people get killed in America? Somebody's in their car. Somebody hasn't got a weapon. And a white racist police officer with a preconceived notion, right, against a black man who has deeply rooted racism pulls out the gun and empties the goddamn barrel into your body, take your life. They kill people every day, 24/7. Do you know why they do that? There is a system that enables that racist behavior. It's the same thing. I would never understand because a man earns 500,000 a year or a man earns 1 million. There is a woman who is earning $40,000 a year, and a twisted justice system would say, give that woman $10,000 a month to take care of one child. John Chereni. How do you justify that nonsense? That heifer knows that she don't need 10 grand. Come on, bruh. I'm a dad. I've got children. Evil charlatans. And then you get some of these women come here. Man. I understand. Come on, man. Do you know how many lives of men that have been destroyed? They take all your money to run you down, man. You don't want to talk about that. You want to come here and yada yada. Yes, I know the woman took his money. Yeah, maybe he slapped her face. Maybe. Thieves. You know bloody well that in a calendar month, your child only needs so much to go to the childminder for food shopping or clothing. Who buys clothing for their children every calendar month? Let's talk about everyday people on this timeline. Who goes shopping and buys clothing and shoes every calendar month? I'm a parent. I got 3 children. My firstborn is going to be 16-year-old. 3 children by the same woman. I've been part of their lives from when they were formed. I am the guy that left the stuff in there to create them. I am the guy that brings the bread to the table to cater for them. How the bloody hell do you need that much to meet the basic needs of a child? But the system maliciously targets the man to go lower, and they will run him down. And those women, you know you don't need $10,000 or $5,000 to cater for that child. You probably spend $1,500. Bone Street. That's when you know you want to change your car to a BMW. You know pretty damn well that you're fleecing that brother. But you hide behind the fact that, hey, yo, mo be my phone now. Ole. I don't care what you say, bro. Some of you don't like the truth. If you call me whatever, man. Look, for those that have been watching me for a minute, I've always said it. I don't care what happens between 2 adults. Relationship ends every day. If you have children, take care of your children, man. I don't like deadbeat dads. You know, take good care of your children. Do what you gotta do, man. Regardless of if the relationship ended acrimoniously. But these women, I'm sick and tired, man. She cannot wait end of the month for that deposit to hit her account. You're carrying Gucci's and Prada Ferragamos and stuff. Some random guy, youngin, and you're hiding behind the fact, a liar. Oh, but boy, I don't think better. Somebody said I have no sound. Can you hear me though? If you can hear me, let me know, man. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, cool. I'll say it again, man. I'll say it again. If a man is evil and violates a woman or treats you unfairly and the system backs you up, Get your justice if you're a woman. I am talking about those evil charlatans. Wọ́n máa mú ẹ wá láti Nàìjíríà, ẹnu ẹ gbọ́rọ̀ bí ẹnu asín. Nígbà tó ń bọ̀ èmi àkọ́kọ́ mi ajọ́ ń lọ abroad. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń ranjú bí òkú ọlọ́mọ. Wọ́n mú ẹ lọ UK. Inú ẹ ń dùn gbà ẹ. Ó ń ranjú bí òkú ọlọ́mọ, inú ẹ ń dùn. You get to the States, inú ẹ ń dùn. Wọ́n ti kọ́ ẹ ní kọkúkọ. Kí àwọn tó yẹ, excuse me, he's abusing me and the children. Kick him out. Ó lè. Ṣé bàbá ẹ ní Nàìjíríà? Ṣé ó lówó láti kọ́lé ilẹ̀? Come on, bro. I can't get my head around it, man. Let's not justify evilness. This is the UK. It's a woman's country. If you do anyhow, I will call the police. Ma discipline. Orí ẹ ti burú. Òun ránjú bí òkú ọlọ́mọ, ó lè. Owó inú òtútù tó fi ra ilé. Ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ òsì méjì ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bí ẹsẹ̀ wádòwádò. Fúrọ̀ nìkan ló bring to the table, all right? Ẹ̀tọ́ ẹni ń sìn, ó ti dé UK, you can collect the house. Kò ní dáa fáwọn tó ní ẹ. Yes, I said it. I'm sick and tired of those women. I'm sick and tired, man. Do you know how many black men are being totally destroyed? Ó ti lọ síbi tó ti ń ṣe braids. Wọ́n ti kọ́ ẹ ní kọkúkọ. Má bá sùnmọ́, má gbé di sílẹ̀. Tó bá bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ̀sọ́kúsọ pọ́lọ́pàá fún kó lè jáde. Orí ẹ ti burú. Sùúrù lẹ́rẹ̀ ní bàbá ẹ̀ ń gbélé kó. You come to the UK, that's why a property that's valued at about 400,000, 500,000 pounds. Because what? You got vagina between your legs. Miss me with that, man. God damn it. You don't like it, keep it moving, man. Sorry, Mr. Amalanga or something, man. This is what I'm telling you. There are these black women that they are the enabler of the toxic, very evil Western system. They are the ones, they are the ushers, they are the gatekeepers that file black men behind bars. They would destroy the life of a man within the 2 shakes of a dog's tail. Like I said, I'm going to repeat again. If a woman is a victim of domestic violence, being unfairly treated by a man, by all means, get justice. Do you understand me? One of the deadliest things that can happen to a man in the West is child support. They will bleed you dry. Are you mad? Come on, man. I feel your passion. It's appalling. Do you know how many guys whose lives have been totally destroyed? Now, let me go to the point, man. Look, if you have a good job in the motherland, let me tell you, I'm going to give it to you straight before I drop the shutters on this. If you're a dude watching this, right? Look, man, I'm not asking you not to love your woman or not to listen to your wife. Anaye jarae. If you have a good income in the motherland, and some women, because travel abroad, she's basically fascinated by the idea of going abroad. If you don't put your life on the drawing board and evaluate things, if you throw your good source of income and you blindly sell your assets, you will bite your fingertips. You are making 2 million naira a month with benefits on top, yeah? You have a couple of lands. You've actually started your foundation. You're not doing bad. You're driving a nice Toyota Highlander. You sell everything because you want to go to Canada. Canada, I know them. I keep telling you, lot, man. I've heard stories of brothers. They threw everything away. He even funded the application process. The woman gets a PR like this. They grow horns. Of course, I believe that there are good women out there. How many people can boast of 2 million naira a month in the West? My brother, Jamiu, Nibo, Thomas Sanwole. Range Rover evoking it, Franklin's on fire today. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, man. Look, man, let's call out misbehaviors. Let's call out failings. But one thing I will not tolerate is all these bias, riddled comment. You understand me? Maybe because of your personal history. Yeah, oh, men are this. Forget that, man. Did you hear me? There are good women out there. Some of you are even on this timeline. Fantastic women. Some of you are unlucky that you are actually married to a stupid man who doesn't value you, or you are actually cohabiting with him. Likewise, vice versa, right? I'm 29 in the US, and marriage is a big no for me. Whatever floats your boat, brother. Thank you for the super chat. People never appreciate what they didn't work hard for. If she doesn't have the money to travel, don't travel. I have seen brothers. Yeah? Let's go to Canada. Baby, let's start all over again. Baby, let's go and build our future. Baby. Oh baby. What de Canada? When you come on my liar, will I Lori? Obatala. Omo. Bang in the middle of winter when it's extremely cold. Long way elabe duvet cover on the matrimonial bed. What do you expect that man to do when he walks into that bedroom? You want him to get a notepad and pen and be counting the strokes. Oh, wow, marvelous. Pa. Wow, fantastic. More, harder, faster. Fantastic. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. You're doing a phenomenal job, sir. Oh, wow, that's even better than me. Wow, your strokes are fascinating. Oh, yeah, about me double. What, you expect the man to clap for you? You can call me crazy, man. It's going to be I'm going to be like a three-headed dragon in that room. You'll be World War III and IV in that room. Some women intentionally push their men to the West because they know the law works in their favor here. You got them right, Rembels. Of course. That's exactly what I'm saying. You don't understand, man. There's some stories in my inbox. I don't even have the balls of steel to roll them out because they are so dark. I'll say it in my mother tongue, man. If you're a man, oh well, ni konsale akpo, oh ni bosowo, oh ni kosowo àwọn tó máa bati eje tó máa kojú ẹ̀sùn alẹ́ o. There are some evil women out there. They will run you to the ground and beyond. They will clean you out. Neat. Oh, ni kosawa. Oh, ni toroje o. Àṣírí ẹ̀ kò kin tú lójú ewé. Àṣírí ẹ̀ ò ní tú sára yín lọ́wọ́ o. Oh, ni sórí gbé o, ni ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbé o. Ẹlòmíì, ọmọlẹ́kan jẹra yín. There are some of these women. It's just because you didn't know. You just bust a nut in there. You have a couple of kids. They're not meant for you. I'm telling you, bro. Táwọn obìnrin burúkú yẹn tó bá mú ẹ sọ́wọ́, tó bá mú ẹ sí ọwọ́, tó bá máa rí bí já, wọ́n máa jẹ́ wọnú egungun. They will run you to the ground. It happens all day, every day, 365, 366, 24/7. Got your live for the first time. Hi, Phrankleen. Hey, Sophie, man. What's up? We need to constantly appreciate Phrankleen because he's constantly saying the gospel truth. You know what? I suspect that I've pissed off some women. The women that get pissed off are the ones that want to desperately sell me their one-sided narrative. They think all the time men are the only bad ones. We're trying to be objective. Olori ibu ọkùnrin. If you're an ass of a man, if the woman grabs hold of your life, she can do whatever she wants. If you're a twat yourself, of course. The titilayer that you met in Surulere in Lagos, that was working at Mr. Biggs, that was earning 40,000 naira a month or 60,000 naira a month. You managed, oh, you like her, oh, lovely, oh, meh. You take her to the States. Ó ti dá America ń sìn. Ó ti lọ mọ̀ pé òun lè gbalé lọ ẹ lórí. Ilé tí wọ́n ti rà ní òtútù kò ní. Gotta calm myself down, B. You get to the States, you now start speaking one Ghana. This is America, yeah, man. This is the US, yeah, man. Banji ma show ma fojú ẹ hàn ma bo. Kò sí nǹkan tó ma ṣẹlẹ̀, olè. Ilé mi rent ni daddy ẹ ń gbé l'Ékòó. Ìwọ wá ń gbalé l'Amẹ́ríkà, olè. This is serious advice for men to, Frank, there's a lot of men getting messed over. But, some people don't know because we, the men, are raised not to speak out. Yeah, the societal conditioning, man. If you have your money, you could protect yourself. You see, I'm tying this into, I've talked about this whole idea of, I want to quickly throw everything away. Go and ask any man. You were living like a god in Nigeria. You actually had people at your beck and call. You're driving a nice Honda Pilot, right? 4x4. You had people at your beck and call working for you, right? You were not doing bad with your monthly earnings. Travel. You want to travel by fire, by force. You've been every goddamn thing that you've got now. Then you get to the UK. When you were in Nigeria, you're not much of an academic person. You're not like in that career path. Maybe you were making money selling lands and doing this business and selling foodstuffs, and you were getting your cool cash. You were into agriculture and stuff. You get to the UK now, there's a cultural difference. The only thing you're left with is you're desperately latching onto your SIA license, desperately sorting out the shopping baskets and the entrance of a local Tesco. So, of course, the frustration will build up. So you get home as you latch onto your SIA license and then you're not remembering your life in Lagos. Titi Layo there, your woman already has deeply rooted, ill behavior in her. Shagun gbe chicken yen jade so gbonran ni. So fe pa mi ni. Then you lost your cool. She mi ni opele leti didi. Hey. The situation gets exacerbated, you throw your hands. And you get snookered by the system. Tough. Frank, some women worked very hard and got all these as well, and the men was brought in just to sweep all the life savings away by manipulating the system as well. I agree, Ola, you are correct. That's why I said earlier, it's not gender specific. I'm telling you, bro. I had the story of a brother who got to the States. They stayed with the wife's family in the States, right? They connived with his wife. They fleeced him. They took all the money. They traveled to the States with one child. In the end, they were living in the wife's family member's house, cousin's house. In the end, things went bananas. They had to kick him out, and they retained his wife and the child. Did you hear what I said? So by the time this brother realized that his wife had conspired with her members of our extended family, they kicked him out. And of course, incoming in 3, 2, 1, the American laws, they kicked him out. He started squatting, sleeping in the car park, sleeping rough. Everything went downhill. Guess what? In less than a year, the woman had moved in with another man. All angles, man. And the brother is trapped in the American system. That's when you see them with the flat hearts, the type of Uncle London. And it's like, when I was in Nigeria, I was earning 3 million, and the brother telling you the story is actually busy washing a couple of toilet seats just to earn a couple of dollars to survive. Or he's at the door of a clothing store and telling you, when I was in Nigeria, I worked in the ministry of, I was a civil servant, level 21. I was a level 16. In fact, I had a driver, and then they're calling him, Sukami, can you please sort out the shopping baskets, please? Sorry, I'll join you in a moment. He rushes to arrange the basket. The brother is bloody frustrated. His decisions are irreversible. He's in his late 40s now. Arthritis is starting to kick in. He's not as young as before. The lower back is messed up. Maybe because he's overweight or too much sugar or whatever. He can't even keep up in the bedroom department. Facts. He's working for £8-9 an hour as a security guard. Back home, he was somebody. He emigrated the family. The wife jumped sheep, getting pounded by another man. He's been cleaned out. Those are the uncles you might sometimes bump into in your local barbershop, telling you they were born, they knew when Babangida was the president. When I came to the UK, I had the big size Nigerian passport. Back then, things were very, very cheap. I remember then the flights, and right now, they're broke as hell. Let them unpack those stories. Those evil women have run them to the ground. They were doing well. They threw everything down the drain, and they were unable to recover. I'm just saying, bro. There are also women that would do everything to bring a useless man into their own life, bombard him with all their resources. The only thing he brings to the table is the genitalia. Your brain rose to the back of your skull because he's effectively pounding you to dust, so you couldn't think objectively. Before, within the 2 shakes of a dog still, you already have 2-3 children. By the time the story spills out, you realize that he's pounded about 2 or 3 of your friends to dust. Community cock. He has used up all of your student loan, all the resources you ever had access to, your savings. Lekon, give me my money. Lekon, give me my money. Lekon, tonight, you must return my money. Lekon, minigba. Bends you over the sink in the bathroom. Bang, bang, bang. Lekon, never. I will deal with you. Lekon. Lekon. Too much pounding talk on this channel. There's a grown-ups channel. I say whatever I want. These are the facts of life on here. This is not TB Joshua's channel, all right? I say whatever I want. These are the facts of life. There are women that are sustaining manipulative men, and when you unpack the situation, the only reason why their brain is twisted in their skull is because the only thing the brother can bring to the table are a set of balls, pounding them to dust. And, before you pronounce Robinson Crusoe, or to come how go to mom to lie to do alone. Fact. Fact. Your girlfriends are texting you. Tonight, stand your ground. If he does this, call the police. This. No me ni jeta. No me fe no me sheleshe. No me. Tobati de polokpa fun. When he touches you, call the police. And Lekon, Lekon, I can't take it anymore. Oh, Lekon. Oh my God, Lekon. Oh, Lekon. All right, to ballet. Babe, look at what you're making me do. It's your fault. You're listening. Look at what you're making. Lekon. And then before you realize, you're pregnant again. They can't buy you. You were an aspiring accountant. You can't chase anything because night and day, Lekon is pounding you through the bedroom window before you touch the ground floor. It's smashed the whole of your life. You're just making babies like it's the Olympics for making babies. All Lekon has to do is just lock down on your pair of nipples your brain is gone sideways. He knows your weak point. There are women like that. You know exactly what I'm saying. Sit there and be saying, oh, Phrankleen is talking about sex. You joking. You have little £2,500 savings. He pounds you to dust. He takes your money. He runs to another side chick. He goes and procreate on the side of... if you understand me, man. This is the reality, man. So it's up to you. I'm a good woman, and most of the men I've met in the past were squatters. Good for nothing, imposters. There you go. Laker, man, for what coming? Laker, stop it, leave my legs. Laker, I insist. Laker, don't touch my bra. Laker, get out of this bedroom. Yeah, right. Didn't understand the Western system not until I visited an uncle in London. My eyes were clear. Bah. Yes, financial abuses. And again, you attract who you are. Yeah, Nelson, you attract who you are. You got them right. And some of you might even have good friends in the background. Ah, baby, what happened last night? Don't worry. I give God the praise. Everything will be fine. And your friends will be like, King, are you not the same person that Lakon is beaten to pulp? Look, Falaka, let me talk to you later. What does Lakon mean? Lakon is a name. Lakon is a name, man. So the reason I'm giving you this illustration is all of these is not gender specific. Yeah. You have 3 children in your hands. You're talking in 2021, that back in 2010, and you started doing your ACCA. You've not even passed one of the papers, and you already have, between 2010 and now, you already have 4 children. There's something wrong with you. Your ACCA has turned to BBC. Right, that's me done. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Let me see some of your comments. If you haven't, hit the like button. Smash that like button, man. You sound women like the palm. You understand women like the palm of your hands. I do. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. My uncle is going through it currently. His wife in Chicago is currently about to take 70% of his net worth, including 3 of his properties, massive pension pot, still has to pay spousal and child support. That man will end up dying of depression. The byproducts of third wave feminism will destroy the West and the family system. You goddamn right. I watched the documentary Divorce Court, and there and then I gave up. The implosion is coming. Of course it is. Thank you very much. I love my sisters. I love my brothers, man. I hope we caught something from this. So, what is the solution for the men already? Before I go, the solution is, I said it already. Particularly, you are sitting in Africa, and you've built your life to an extent, and you want to travel abroad. Look, man, I am not here asking you not to love your woman less or to become dubious. Jedi, use your brain. Don't throw everything down the drain because you're going abroad, because it will come back full circle. It will come back to bite you in the bum. I'm telling you right now. Solution for men already in the West. Jedi. If you have a woman who's pretty much emotionally defective, read between the lines. If you don't have an exit plan, protect your resources. I'm telling you, man. If you have a good man, good woman, keep her. Take good care of her. Don't treat her like crap. You understand me? Don't leave yourself hanging, because you will end up regretting. That's all I'm saying. Jedi. There are so many men who are trapped at the bottom end of the spectrum in the West. Back home, before they migrated, they were doing a lot well. They had a nice car, They were doing well. They were making money on a daily, couple of days, bi-weekly. They were doing well. The same women that forced them to travel abroad because of children will be the same women that will flush them down the drain. Facts. When you struggle to integrate properly with the Western system and then you have all these challenges, the same women will remind you of your inadequacies. When are you going live again, Phrankleen? I'll be live tomorrow. Children that the West was not designed for. You cannot be in an emotionally detached relationship and expect good. Better you stay single. That is unhealthy. Boom. Shakala. Thank you. So, on that note, please smash the like button. Thank you very much for listening to me. If you're interested in the Adron Homes properties, like I said at the start, send an email to foodchannel1960@gmail.com. Ask me for the application pack, and I'll deal with your questions and application process. Thank you for the super chat, and I'll most definitely catch you in the very next one. Peace and love, man. Bye-bye.